Eulogy for Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge. Distinguished guests, family, friends, and the people of Morobe Province and Papua New Guinea. We gather today in grief, but also in dignity and respect, to honor the life of a great leader, a tireless servant, and a son of Morobe, Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge, Governor of Morobe Province, who passed on September 13, 2025. It is with heavy hearts that we commit him to rest today in this final funeral service at Last Stadium. As we remember him, let us reflect on his journey, his struggles, his triumphs, and his legacy, so that in our sorrow we are also inspired. Early life, education, and professional beginnings. Luther Wenge was born on December 12, 1959. From his early years, he was known as a thoughtful, determined young man, with a deep sense of justice and a firm belief in the dignity of the individual. He pursued legal training and worked as a lawyer and magistrate before entering politics. These roles in the legal system shaped his worldview, one grounded in law, fairness, and standing up for those whose voices were marginalized. Though public records are limited on every step of his educational path, his professional reputation as a seasoned lawyer was widely acknowledged. He came to politics not as a self-seeking opportunist, but as someone who saw the law and public service as means of elevating his people. Political leadership and public service. In 1997, Luther Wenge entered the national stage, elected as governor of Morobe Province, a position tied to the provincial parliamentary seat. He would hold that office continuously until 2012, and then again from 2022 until his passing. He founded the People's First Party, also known as People First, in August 2001, serving as its leader. Through that vehicle, he sought to promote political accountability and give a voice to ordinary Papua New Guineans. Throughout his career, he was known as outspoken, bold, often confrontational, but always grounded in principle. He held governments to account. He used his legal knowledge to challenge unconstitutional acts, to defend provincial rights against central encroachment. Even in his later years, he was active, speaking up in parliament, pushing debates, challenging executive decisions. He was not without controversies or criticisms. A vibrant democratic leader often stirs debate. But through all that, his supporters remember him as a man of principle, unwilling to compromise on justice. Between his two tenures, after he lost the 2012 election, and before his return in 2022, he remained a respected elder in politics, a voice many turned to for counsel. Contributions, vision, and legacy. Governor Wenge's contributions span many dimensions: governance, justice, infrastructure, education, and the protection of rights. Provincial development and infrastructure. He championed the use of infrastructure development grants, IDG, in Morobe, directing funding into worthwhile projects, roads, schools, halls, facilities that directly benefited communities. At one notable moment, he met with the Japanese ambassador to discuss development assistance projects, including the rehabilitation of Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport, demonstrating his outward-looking approach to securing partnerships for Morobe's growth. He also had strong views on major mining projects such as Wafigalpu, pressing that landowners receive fair royalties and equity, that ecological and social safeguards be respected. He believed deeply that education was a pathway out of poverty. Under his leadership, the Gerson Solulo Scholarship Scheme in Morobe Province was conceived, aimed at empowering students from disadvantaged backgrounds to access higher education. gersonzoluluscholarship.com. He also invested in school infrastructure. For example, he committed the province's IDG share to build a multipurpose hall at Bumeang Lutheran Secondary School, encouraging moral conduct among students and strengthening learning facilities. The national principles, justice, and voice. Luther Wenge will be remembered as a strong defender of rights. He spoke boldly in parliamentary debates, pushing back against central overreach, insisting on constitutional propriety. He was described by the Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso as a strong leader, a seasoned lawyer, and a man of principle. His leadership was marked by unwavering commitment to justice, development, and the well-being of his province. His influence was felt not only in Morobe, but across the nation, as someone who would challenge power, appeal to law, and champion the dignity and rights of the ordinary citizen. Reflection and consolation. As we mourn his passing, we must also acknowledge the burdens he bore, the constant pressures of leadership, the criticisms, the health struggles. He underwent surgery in Port Moresby to stop internal bleeding, but complications, compounded by his diabetic condition, proved fatal. His death came just days before our country's 50th independence celebrations, a poignant reminder of how closely intertwined his life was with the national journey. But even in sorrow, there is inspiration. Let us remember that leadership requires courage, the courage to speak truth to power, even when it is uncomfortable. Let us honor his vision for education and opportunity, by supporting youth to reach further, to aspire higher. Let us carry forward the ideals he fought for: justice, accountability, fairness. Let us ensure that the institutions he held dear, provincial autonomy, constitutional checks, rights protections, remain strong and vibrant. Closing tribute. Honorable Luther Akisawa Wenge, you walked among us as a warrior for the people of Morobe, humble in your roots, bold in your convictions. From your early legal service to your multiple terms as governor, you lived a life committed to public good rather than private gain. Today, as your final service unfolds here at Last Stadium, we lift our voices in grief, but also in gratitude. Grateful for your service. Grateful for your example. Grateful for the legacy you leave. To your family, your children, your extended kin, and to the people of Morobe, you have lost a pillar, but the foundations he built will not crumble easily. May your spirit rest in peace. May your memory guide us, encourage us, push us to higher ideals. Thank you, Governor Wenge, for walking among us. And so, the voice of Morobe has fallen silent. A man who once stood firm in Parliament, who spoke boldly for justice, and who carried the dreams of his people upon his shoulders, has now laid down his burden. From the rugged mountains of Kabwon to the bustling streets of La, the echo of his footsteps still lingers, in the roads he built, the schools he supported, the lives he touched. Governor Luther Akisawa Wenge did not live for fame, nor did he chase comfort. He lived for purpose. He lived for his people. He lived for Papua New Guinea. Even when sickness struck and strength began to fade, his heart remained on duty. He spoke of his province. He prayed for his people. He dreamed of a better tomorrow. Today, as the Last Stadium fills with tears and remembrance, we do not only mourn a man. We celebrate a life that stood tall for truth. We celebrate a leader who fought until his final breath. His voice may be gone, but his legacy will whisper through generations. In every child who dares to dream. In every student who studies with hope. In every leader who chooses to serve rather than rule. Rest now, Honorable Governor. Your journey is complete. Your words will not be forgotten. Your spirit will live on, in the land you loved, among the people you served, and beneath the flag you honored till the end. In loving memory of Honorable Luther A. Wenge, 1959 to 2025. Forever in the heart of Morobe, forever in the soul of Papua New Guinea.